Yes.
Ooh, continue.
Yay.
Okay. Hey, hi. So we're going to make spring rolls, which are pretty common in Vietnamese food. I'm pretty sure everybody's gone to some Vietnamese restaurants at some point, maybe, if you haven't. These are very, very popular. So people call them spring rolls. They call them summer rolls. I just call them spring rolls. Some people confuse spring rolls with fried ones. These are not fried. So the outer shell is this like transparent rice paper, which comes dried like so. And then I will show you how to dampen them. Excuse me. So the filling is essentially some sort of vegetables, something crispy, basically, bean sprouts, something that'll hold up inside of that. And then the proteins classically are just boiled pork, pork belly, pork shoulder, some kind of pork that's been boiled and softened, and then shrimp, usually deveined and halved. Halved so that it's not so fat in the roll, but I mean, if you like your shrimp, keep them whole. But that's what that looks like. That's my model spring roll. There she is.
Well, let me make it. Hold on, Han. Let me make you bigger so that. Actually, I can't. Never mind.
It's okay. It's okay. So the ingredients that I have, I'll just go over them really quick. So for the sauce, usually it's a peanut sauce. I like to make it with just really simple ingredients because I make it at home for my kids. This is really fun for them to roll. So I keep the ingredients pretty basic. I know some people have peanut allergies. So there's like other sauces you can make. It's essentially just pick a sauce that's like savory, maybe a little tart, something that'll hold on to the spring roll nicely. So my spring roll has hoisin sauce, which you can buy, peanut butter, and warm water. And then I just top it with crushed peanuts. So I'll start with that because that's going to be pretty quick, or it can be. Some people cook it over a stove. It's like literally kind of like if you like a lot of peanut butter, use a lot of peanut butter. If you don't like a lot of peanut butter, then keep it hoisin heavy. So I put about that much. Equal parts is fine. And then you can stir in some warm water. Like maybe that's about 2 tablespoons. And then the consistency of the sauce is pretty much up to you. So more water means it's thinner. Less water means it's thicker. Really not like, it's not a strict thing, kind of just every household does it a little differently, but that's your basic right there. If you like it a little more savory, because hoisin sauce is a little sweet, you can do like a dash of fish sauce or soy sauce. Like I said, it's there's lots of strict recipes out there online, but I like to keep mine pretty simple. And then that's about the consistency. I don't know if, can you guys see that?
Yep.
Okay, cool. So I just mix it to where it's nice and even. My kids like things a little salty, so I'll add a pinch of like fish sauce to it. But it's like, that's the consistency. So that was about 2 tablespoons to like a spoonful of peanut butter and like 2 big pumps of the hoisin sauce. So obviously I'm not big on measuring, but that's not what this is about. So, and then I just top it with some peanuts. Crushed toasted peanuts that I take from the restaurant because I'm not about to crush them and toast them myself. And then that just goes in and gives you a little extra texture and flavor. So that's our sauce. Super easy. Okay, I'm gonna set that aside. If I'm going too fast or if you guys have any questions, honestly, just stop me at any point. So the reason I like doing spring rolls, it's like an interactive meal, right? So I'll just like prep all this stuff, and my kids love spring rolling. They love spring roll night. They have their little sauce on the side, and they just kind of make their own concoction. I always ask them to put at least like 1 vegetable in there. I know cucumber is technically a fruit, but I'm like, just put some cucumber in there, you're good. So that's pretty much the spread. So there's cucumber. You can slice them long ways so they fit in the roll, or if you're too lazy to do that, you can just do it this way, or whatever way works for you. Just think of like the engineering of a spring roll. It just needs to be able to be like flat and easy to roll so it doesn't poke through the rice paper. So bean sprouts, mint, you can use cilantro, you can use even like Thai basil or just whatever flavors you enjoy. Some people even put dill in there. green leaf lettuce. I've made some tofu if you're not into, if you're vegetarian. Tofu is a great option. You can use fried or non-fried, but firm is best, so it holds up. Boiled shrimp, and here they are halved. And then there's some boiled pork there. Cool. And I have some rice noodles that I cooked according to the package instructions. And then here's my rice paper. And this is a nifty device for dipping rice paper. And you find it in the Asian markets. I think it's on Amazon, but it's like way expensive. So if anybody wants to know where to find one, hit me up. Okay, so, and then you want like a clean white plate. Maybe not white. I don't know why I said white, but a clean plate. Okay, so how's everyone doing?
Well, I got one of my noodles.
What's that?
I'm boiling my noodles.
Oh, okay. That's gonna be a minute. So when they boil, they have to drain, and you gotta like let them dry for a few minutes. But this is how the consistency of it. So if they're still like kind of wet and clumpy, then you gotta let them air dry a little bit.
Got it.
Okay, so I'm gonna dip my rice paper into this water, and the water preferably should be warm. I don't know why that is, honestly. I've just always used warm water. My mom always made sure it was warm water. I've done it with cold water, and it's not a huge difference, but warm water is the way. So this nifty device, it just goes into this. If you don't have this, just get a big bowl that fits at least like half of the rice paper, and then you can just like slide it in and just rotate it around. But since my table is small and I wanted to fit it in the camera, I'm going to use this. So you just want to do a quick dip, and it'll feel still pretty firm at first, like it's even making noise. But once you set it on your plate, give it like a couple minutes, and it'll soften up nicely.
Go away.
And this rice paper is my favorite brand, the Three Ladies brand. It just has more elasticity to it because there's tapioca in it. Previously, I used the rice paper that literally only had rice, and so it would break apart. So this is like the best. If not, then look for something with tapioca because it'll hold up better. Okay, so there's my spring roll wrap, and I'm gonna start with the shrimp first. Can you guys see? All right, so I do it face down. It doesn't matter, but I'm just trying to make it cute. So about like a third of the way up, I put my shrimp just like so. You can do 3, you can do, these are kind of small, so I'm gonna go 4. Give myself 2 whole shrimp in there. And then next I'm gonna put some pork in there. So we slice these pretty thin so they can roll with flexibility. I prefer pork belly because I like a little bit of juiciness and a little bit of texture. But this is pork shoulder, which is fine too. And then next, you can kind of just decide to build it as you wish. So I'm gonna put a few bean sprouts on there. The bean sprouts like to poke, so you don't ever want those to be the outermost ones. So just a little bit there. And then I like cucumbers, so I'm gonna put like more of that. And then I'm gonna put some noodles on that. And how skinny and how fat you make them or how long, that's totally your call too. Just remember, as long as the paper can hold up to everything, it needs to be able to like contain it. Otherwise you have to do a repair, which isn't that hard either. Okay, so the mint, I just break off a few leaves. Stems aren't bad. I like stems, but not the husky ones, because again, we don't want them to poke through the paper. And then I got some lettuce. So I like to cut it or rip it to where it just rests nicely on there. So it's got this like kind of nice flat shape. There's a little bit of paper here and a little bit on the sides, and then the bulk of it is away from me because we're going to be rolling forward. How are we doing? Should I keep going?
Repeat that. You said the bulk of it is closer to you?
The bulk of it is away from me. So the area towards me is about like a quarter of it. And then like maybe like leave. So you want to leave like at least about 2 inches of rice paper between the edge of the paper and where everything starts. And then there's like about 1 inch either side. And then the rest of it is away from me because we're going to be rolling away from us.
Okay.
So I can wait a bit. I'm moving kind of fast, so I'm going to wait a little bit.
How's everybody doing? Children, you can ask questions right now if you want to unmute yourself.
Is this a competition, Miss Latanya?
Oh, no, ma'am. I mean, it can be. I'm pulling myself out of it if it is.
I won't judge you on your first roll. It really, and the best part about this is like what goes inside is really up to you. And if you mess up, it's okay because like you can still eat it. Like there's been times where like I've messed up and I'm like, I'm just gonna throw it in some lettuce and make a lettuce taco. Or a trick to patching them is like, say you roll one and there's like a hole in it. So you can take a rice paper and you can like break it and they snap nicely. Oh wait, just kidding. This is not snapping. Oh, there it is. So they snap and you can just like dip a half of it in and then that can be your patch. So you don't have an entire thick one, but you can just like have like an area that'll patch it.
Got it.
So that's it. So these are fun. And my kids actually always ask like 2 rolls in if they can make just a rice paper one. And so they'll dip it and make like a long empty rice paper. And they'll maybe dip it in sauce or they'll roll the sauce in it. So it's just literally rice paper and sauce.
Wow.
I don't like that because it's just chewy, but it's their jam.
Okay, Eva has
you guys are ready to like roll.
Hold on, Eva has a question real quick. Go ahead, Eva.
Oh, sorry.
Which Asian market did you go to get the rice paper, like Zayon Market or the H Mart?
Okay, so the best markets I like to go to are my favorite markets are ones closest to me. So that would be like World Food. It's off of like it's by the college area. So World Food is a big one. 99 Ranch has a lot of stuff. H Mart and Zion lean more Korean and Japanese foods, so you won't find as many you won't find these Southeast Asian foods. But so World Food is a good one, and 99 Ranch will have this type of stuff.
Got it. Good question, Eva.
That is a great question. Thank you.
Lalo, did you have a question or no?
No, not that I remember.
Okay. All right. Anybody else have any questions? We're gonna start rolling.
I see Avery working on some rice paper over there. She's doing a redo. We're doing a redo.
If you guys have a question, then you guys can just unmute yourself. Which I would never say to any other group of kids.
Yeah, I did a redo because it ripped the first
Yeah,
time.
no worries. So just if that one looked maybe it was a little wet. So just remember not to get them too wet like right off because they feel like they're going to be too firm. But once they get on the plate, they stay like they eventually get soft enough in like a few minutes. Okay. So it's just a quick dip and a rotate and then take it out.
Okay.
Quick dip and a rotate. Okay, I'm ready to wait. Okay, hold on. I'm going to take us back off spotlight so that we can see you do it.
Okay.
Okay, hold on. We're ready.
Thanks.
Okay, so I'm not the best roller. I don't do this like for customers because my kitchen, my bosses in the kitchen do a beautiful job. This is just the homemade, chill, easy version. So you just gotta peel it from the plate. So it's gonna be a little sticky. So you can peel it gently, and you're gonna fold over, just like that. And then you're gonna just start to roll it. Just roll it once. So where you have it like there, now you have like a start of a roll. And at that point, you tuck in the ends. So there's my end tucking. Tucked end, untucked end. This one's a little bit short, but we can make it work. So that's as far as I've gotten. And then now I'm gonna close the other end. And then I'm gonna just roll away from me like so. And like I said, if it's loose, this one's a little loose, not a big deal, still edible. So say like there's a hole in it, say that happened. This is where I would like take that half that I showed you earlier. Because in the beginning, there's always potential for some sort of breakage. So this is where like I would take half, dip it, and then just like roll half of it over so we don't have to do the whole thing. How are we doing? Oh, that's looking good.
Oh, hold on, let me see.
I was like, yeah, I
That's looking
definitely
good.
ripped mine, so I'm doing a little patch here.
Yeah, do that's what, like the patch is like your friend. It might be a little extra thick on that stretch, but it's fine. It's just nice paper.
The patch is your, come on, Miss Melissa.
Yes, there you
Come
go.
on, Katie.
So then once you get used to like just the way to roll it, like you can make them bigger, you can make them tighter. Mine are always like kind of loose. My husband's are like tight because he's a sushi chef. So his are always like perfect,
Yeah.
and tight and symmetrical. Mine, I don't care. I just want all my stuff in there and I just want it to not break. That's it.
Yeah, mine are not tight at all.
It's okay. Oh, and Latanya, like if people don't want to do noodles, like there's plenty of times where I'm like, I'm cutting back on noodles. I throw in more veggies.
I bought it.
So
Kind
like
of
you don't have to have noodles, to be honest. You can just do like more bean sprouts or more cucumber or more lettuce. Like really just, like I said, this is like your choice, however you want to do it.
What other vegetables would you suggest throwing in here?
Thinly sliced carrots. Carrots are husky, so you don't want to cut them thick. So they have to be like super skinny slivers.
Dalton
I
has
like-
some. Dalton put some in his. Yep.
Yeah, carrots are great. A lot of Thai restaurants use carrots. It's just not traditional for us, for our Vietnamese food to do it with carrots, but we do a lot of pickled carrots, pickled daikon. Like grill up some shiitake mushrooms and throw them in there too. Like you can really make them like vegetarian fully, but still packed with flavor. So like I just fried these tofu because like we lean on the sauce for the flavor at the restaurant. But if you want to season your tofu, like put some lemongrass on there and then fry them, bomb. Or like season some grilled chicken. There is a dish in our culture called nu yi, which you grill your proteins on the table on a flat top, like a plug-in flat top in butter. And then you just make spring rolls with them. So you like roll it and then you grill it and you throw it in there. So really the whole point of this is like, this is the fundamental. And then from there, just
yes, Melissa. She posing.
Let me see.
Here, let me make it bigger.
You have to make it aesthetic.
Hold on, I'm gonna remove our spotlights. Hold on. Can you see her now, Han?
No, where's Melissa? No, I don't see Melissa.
Let me do this. I'm gonna do this and then I'm gonna put her back on the spotlight.
I love this. This is so cool seeing everybody doing this.
Right, can you see her now?
Where is Melissa? Hold on one second. There she is. Hi, look at this. This is good.
Thank you. So this was my first attempt, and then I did the patch, and then this is the second attempt.
That's good. So we didn't need to patch the second one. Awesome.
Practice.
She said,
right.
So
yeah,
like
and then once you get like really used to it, you can go a little bit tighter because when you bite it, if they're not tight, like this one's gonna probably like do a little bit of like the noodles are gonna hang out. So when they're looser, things are gonna start to fall out. So you're gonna find yourself trying to grip it.
Mine's falling out.
Another way to patch it, if you don't want to do a carby patch.
Yes.
So yeah, it's just really about like interactive eating. This is a great like have some friends over, we'll make some spring rolls.
That's so fun.